The 8th episode of Season 7 of Outlander, Turning Points, concludes with a song rather than a crash. I'm Tired of This Exile, or Thamisijeth en Fogerseo, is a well-known ballad that singer Griager Labruid performs on the Outlander Season 6 soundtrack for the Starz series. Outlander fans are aware that danger is developing elsewhere, despite the song suggesting that Claire and Jamie have, for the time being, achieved some kind of happiness. Young Ian, Claire, and Jamie had finally made their way back to Scotland after spending years in colonial America. Jamie has been given the responsibility of returning to Scotland with his cousin Simon Fraser's remains for burial. As Labruid sings in Gaelic, the traveling party sees the Scottish coast from their ship in the mid-season finale of Outlander on Starz. These three favorites appear to be doing well. But is it? Young Ian, Claire, and Jamie are unaware that their loved ones are in danger. Future Brianna recently bade farewell to Buck MacKenzie and Roger. To save Jem, who has been kidnapped by Rob Cameron. The two men are using the stones of Craigna Dun to travel back in time. All we know is that Roger and Buck managed to get through the obstacles. Nobody knows where they'll end up. Izzy Michael Small, who plays Rachel Hunter, had a fatal meeting with Ian back in the colonies. The kind Quaker encounters an enigmatic visitor who shows interest in both her and Ian's dog Rollo. This is Mr. Bug, who has a grudge against Ian, as diehard Outlander fans will recall. What does Outlander Season 7 Episode 8's conclusion mean for the remaining episodes of the season? The Outlander Season 7 mid-season finale ending is described here. In the woods at the conclusion of Turning Points, Episode 8 of Outlander Season 7, Rachel runs upon Mr. Bug. The elderly Scotsman was last portrayed in Outlander Season 7 Episode 3, Death Be Not Proud. In order to torment the Frasers, his former longtime employees, he crashed his wife's burial there. See, when it was found that the Bugs had been covertly hiding part of the Jacobite gold, intended to aid Bonnie Prince Charlie in regaining control of Scotland from the English, relations between Jamie and Mr. Bug worsened. Young Ian accidentally killed Mrs. Bug as Jamie and young Ian were attempting to ambush Mr. Bug as he was retrieving his gold from its hiding spot. She was wearing a Merdina Bug spouse costume. If he had realized it was Mrs. Bug, the ever-chivalrous Ian would not have shot his arrow. Mr. Bug was undoubtedly furious. Mr. Bug was informed by young Ian that he was prepared to forfeit his life in return for Mrs. Bug, but the elder declined. Mr. Bug said, "Too simple. Can I kill your hound, please?" Ian expresses how frightened he is that Rollo may perish for his crime. "A dog with fleas is not a wife," Mr. Bug sternly states. Mr. Bug promises to meet Ian again when he has anything valuable to lose. Mr. Bug apparently intends to murder the person Ian loves. Who is Ian's favorite? The last time we see Rachel Hunter, who has a crush on William and Ian, she is traveling to Valley Forge with the Continental Army. She now has Rollo, Ian's dog, as a companion, which ironically may foreshadow her death. That's because when Archbug sees the dog, he instantly knows Ian Murray's devoted companion. Mr. Bug must understand that young Ian would only entrust Rollo with a person he genuinely loved. Since Mr. Bug now knows that Ian loves Rachel, he cannot defend her. Given that Simon Fraser is the most competent and charismatic leader of the Redcoats, Benedict Arnold, who enters the conflict, encourages the snipers to kill him. Jamie intentionally misses his cousin in order to protect his relative. What was the turn? He literally blows William's tricorn hat off with his right side fire. Jamie is concerned by the insight. A nameless American rifleman shoots Simon as he is gathering his composure. Following the victory of the Americans, Jamie and Claire are welcomed to the Redcoat camp under a flag of truce. Simon appears to be close to death and wants to spend his last moments with his loved ones. As they recollect playing together as youths, the Fraser cousins were closer than we previously realized. The Americans will transport Simon Fraser's remains back to Scotland for burial as part of General Burgoyne's capitulation. We all know Jamie is responsible for carrying out this assignment. Strangely enough, this might be the biggest cliffhanger of them all. Where exactly did Roger go to with the stones at the end of Outlander Season 7 Episode 8? The premiere of Outlander Season 7 in early 2024 will reveal the answer. Consider subscribing to the channel if you thought the video was instructive. If you want to see more breakdowns in the future, I value the time you have spent with me and your attention.